Good morning, my friends. This morning is another beautiful morning on the homestead. It is absolutely gorgeous out. And on today's video, I am going to be giving you a farm tour of the whole entire farm, which is going to be super exciting and a little bit more. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee, tea, whatever you like, and sit back and relax and check out our farm. I'm shooting this video this morning. I'm editing it and posting it all in one day, so super cool. It's May 2nd this morning. So anyway, the key element to every little homestead or big homestead or ranch is the farmhouse. The whole story and the whole leading up to us buying this property and everything is totally a God thing, which without him, none of this would be possible. And I don't even think, without him, we would definitely not be in Texas. When we bought this place 7 years ago, this little farmhouse did not look like that. I'll just say that much. It was, it had 5 different shades of colors: yellow, green, purple, everything, blue, and white. Eight years ago, we moved down here to East Texas. Some people know our story, some people don't. We moved down here not having a clue in the world. We packed up all of our belongings from up north in the literally the smallest U-Haul trailer. U-Haul rented out and whatever. It was like, I don't know, 8x8 or 6x8 or whatever, or smaller than that. Put whatever could fit in there. Drove down here to Texas not knowing anything. No job lined out, no property looked at, nothing. Just took a leap of faith, and we were just trusting that the Lord was going to, you know, figure that part out. So it was kind of a little bit of relief there. So anyway, and stressful at the same time. So we got down here to Texas, we got a little rental house. Beautiful little rental house out in the country in the middle of stank nowhere. We looked for actual property for, what was that? Almost, it was like a year and a half or so, and all hope was lost. And we actually took a break. We took a break from looking, and we were like, you know what? We're just gonna chill out here and, you know, get some chickens and put in a little raised bed gardens and stuff there at the rental and just do what we can. About like a month went by or so. My mom perpetually shops on Craigslist. So she was looking around on Craigslist. Not no professional property site or nothing, just Craigslist. She comes along this property, 5-acre property, house and everything. No pictures. No pictures. The day before that, my dad was like, you know what? I would really like to live in this certain little area. You know, it's in between these two places. And you know, I've been out there, and that area is a really nice area. It's very beautiful. The people are really nice out there. So the next day, and the Lord definitely likes to do this. The Lord likes to put you in a situation where you have to 110% rely on Him. So it's totally a God thing. And he totally pulled through on this part. We got here, fell in love with the place. The place did not look like this, sadly, but it would have been worth like 5 times what it actually was. This is all blood, sweat, and tears, and 7 years of working here, as you can see here. Where's that telephone pole? I always tell people, that telephone pole right there, well, there was brush all the way up to that, and if you see the drone footage, all of that cleared land back there, we did all by hand. And then last year, we actually had a mini excavator, but that was only a little spot of it. But yeah, so the house was really rough. The outside, the inside was pretty nice, up to country living standards. It's better than anything, you know? It's better than nothing, you know? We're like, this is awesome. Like, we need this house. Like, we need this property. This is awesome. It's exactly what we need. Put in our offer. The exact same offer. They had a full asking price, cash offer. We did not have that same offer with them. We had a different type of deal going on. So they were like, you know what? We're going to go with y'all. And we were like, why did you go with us? They're like, because the last people, they smoked. They're like, we didn't want our house to be, you know, we didn't want any smokers living in our house. So, you know, it was just total God thing with this property. After that, we just started clearing out the property, making the house look better, and all that type of stuff. All that type of things like that. But I want to encourage at least one person out there that's watching today's video. Just these same deals and these same places are still available, but you just gotta 100% trust in the Lord that He will give you one of these little pieces of heaven, definitely. At least in my case, this is my piece of heaven on earth anyway. This is the closest thing I could come up with. Fruit trees and gardens and animals and stuff like that, and you get up early in the morning and you get your coffee and you walk around and you look what you and the Lord have done. I don't take any of this for granted. I couldn't have done any of this without the Lord protecting me from half killing myself trying to do all this. And the Lord just blessing us with putting people in our lives and things like that. I remember us boys, we were right here working, because we weren't even able to get to the back of the property yet. And we only had hammers. Our mom was scared to death of us boys hurting ourselves with hatchets and stuff like that. So that's where we started off. We were like, Mom, if you're not going to let us take down trees, we're going to take them down with hammers. So we started taking them down with hammers, climbing up, way up in the tree. We have one crazy kid, me or whoever, up in the top of the tree. You start swaying, you got somebody chopping on the bottom, and then tree would fall down. You know, that's how we did it. And then all of a sudden we had Miss EB, if you're watching, she sent us out some some power tools and everything like that, and got us started with power tools. And Mom was half scared to death with that as well, but we tried to be careful, and you know, if we hurt ourselves, we wouldn't, you know, be under wraps for a little bit. They're like, well, look, Ma. Anyway, now we have chainsaws and things like that that make work way nicer. So anyway, it's just absolutely a blessing. I love, especially, you might be saying, why don't you have a cowboy hat on? Well, you can see it's overcast, and I'm not wearing a cowboy hat if it's gonna be overcast, because it makes this shadow on my face, and I hate it. So when it's overcast, you know, it's a little too dark. As you can see, here's our little hillbilly redneck pond here. I'm saying that because I'm covering up some stuff right there. It's a good little tank. Yeah, so I think what I want people to know as well, if you're getting into homesteading and everything like that, you don't have to, I think some people overestimate how much acreage they actually need. Some people are like, oh, I need 20 acres and stuff like that. Well, and I think a lot of people think this little mini ranch or mini farm is bigger than it actually is. And it's only 5 acres. And on top of that, we really only homestead 2 acres. Really, like full on flat out homestead it is 2 acres. About 3 acres behind me is 40 to 50-year-old planted pine. You can do a lot on 2 acres. We have 400 plus fruit trees. By the end of this year, we'll be definitely at 500 easily. Fruit trees on 2 acres. But it's definitely one of a kind around here. I don't see any farms like this around here. I'll see a couple with like a little small food forest and things like that. So I want to say this, I'm very excited. It's weird because it feels like I've lived 2 different lifetimes, you know? One being a totally different type of life up north, and then being down here. And you know the sad thing though, that gets me every time, which I absolutely hate with a passion? With a passion. You can dress as Texan as you want. You can have all the Texan clothing. You know the one thing that you can't really change, and the only way to change it is with time, is your darn accent. Gets me every time. Hate it. Hate it with the passion. I don't care what people say. I hate it. It's the Yankee. Somehow I still have that Yankee in me. I don't know. I'm trying my hardest to get it out of me. But anyway, Texas Boys coffee. Outstanding cold brew, no cream, just awesome goodness, very smooth, sweetened with the new Texas Boys honey that is almost cheaper, that is competitively priced against Amazon, which is outstanding. So go check it out, link down in the description down below. I'm very excited about this. In all we own 50 acres in Texas. That has taken us 8 years to acquire all of that. I say that, there's like people on here. I know we have people on here with thousands of acres, but anyway. And it's been an amazing thing. I'm glad that my parents have done this, and my parents could have chosen the same route 80% or more of parents choose to raise their kids, is farm us out to Big Pharma, and we would be in our little local or whatever, maybe not, public school somewhere, and doing the whole deal, getting wokeified, you know, wearing all the woke clothing and everything like that. And then when we would turn 18, they would be like, okay, well, you're an adult now, so according to science, so go ahead and fly off and do whatever you want, you know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm too smart to know that ends terribly, you know. That ends bad. Like, too bad. I pay attention too much to watch, and I've watched too many people do that, and I've heard too many stories, and I would never attempt that ever in my life. You know why? Because I don't want to end up like a train wreck like that. That is a bloody train wreck ready to explode. It's a dumpster fire. That's when they hit, when it'll eventually happen. It'll eventually happen. What does the Bible say? It says there's pleasure in sin for a season, something like that. Don't quote me on it. Try not to cry on camera, dear me. All right, let's move the camera. If there's any new people that are just joining the channel, they're gonna be like, whose house is that? Sadly, it's nobody's house. Yeah. This is our workshop that we've been building. So, this farm is going to be multi-generational. Lord willing, if the creek doesn't rise, you know, multi-generational. I want, it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. I would love for this place so then my great-grandchildren will be able to be here, and if the Lord tarries that long, you know, he might not. He might come back in my lifetime, which I won't be upset with at all. I'll be very happy. It would be a cool thing. It will be a cool thing. I think it'll be a cool thing, especially when I get older, you know, 70s and 80s, or even 60s, and just be able to talk about the good old days, you know, clearing out these properties and all the struggles we went through and all the fun times we've had here, and telling the youngsters that, you know, we're raising up all of the things that we used to do back in the day, you know. I think that would be a super cool thing. I think my mom and me have already done the math, and I think in like 3 generations, if we all have 6 kids, I think we'll be over like 200 people. We're gonna have to buy more land, okay? Anyway, yeah, it's a sad thing. People nowadays that they don't want to have kids and everything like that, and all I think about is their family name and everything. I mean, being lost. I mean, I don't know why they don't want to raise their own family and stuff. So many people can't have kids, and then for these young people that just choose, oh, we could have kids, but we're not, because the world's so much funner's not a word, way more fun without kids, you know. We're so much freer, you know. Freer is even a word. Freer is probably not a word. So definitely shame on those people. Definitely. I can say that guiltlessly. If you can have kids, and, you know, because there's so many people out there that can't have kids, you know. And there's a reason why, you know, the Lord always has a reason. So, anyway, little talk there. And you wonder why I only have it's taken me like so long to reach 40,000 subscribers. This is why. I'm a little too real for some people, and I do understand that. But hey, you know the one thing that y'all out there in the community, any new people, you know, I want with pretty much every video, somebody clicks on it, total stranger can click on any of my videos, pretty much. Click on it and be like, you know what? There's something different about these people, you know? And they're not going to be wondering why and asking all these questions like, wonder what he thinks on this and wonder what he thinks on that, you know? I'm just gonna say it, you know? And I'm not gonna try to be mean or nasty about it or anything, but I'm not that type of guy. Sometimes it sounds like that, but it's not. It's just real life. But yeah, I don't want anybody out there in my community. This is our community. This is the Texas Boys community. This is these people, y'all that watch out there. I don't care if it's only a group of a couple hundred of you that are just dedicated Texas Boys fans, and I know y'all are, and that will literally watch every video, and the second it gets up, posts, even if it's one of the worst videos we've ever made, they're like, I'm watching it, you know, because it's the Texas Boys, we gotta watch them. And I greatly appreciate that. And I definitely, you know, I wanna, if you trust in the Lord, love the Lord with all your heart, mind, and soul, and try to honor Him as much as physically possible, He will bless you. 100%. Look what He's done in our lives, you know. The Lord's taught me a lot, you know, these last couple years of just, you know, I've had to try not to cry, dear me. I've never cried on camera, so I will not start it today. So I've had to, we're back. I've had to make some rough decisions this year. Some very close friends of mine, you know, they were just, you know, I was going this way, sticking with the course, you know, trying my hardest, you know, with God's help to stay on the straight and narrow. And they were doing this, making a left, making a right off of it. And, you know, I warned them. I did warn them. Starting the rain. It's like those sad parts of the movie where it starts to rain. Well, that just happened. God has a sense of humor. What the crud? Been watching way too many Bigfoot movies here. Thought that was stinking. Bigfoot walking in the background. Sorry about that. Back onto the farm tour. This is a way more real video than I thought it was going to be. Sorry about that. So I've had to, I made up my mind. I was like, you know, I warned him and was like, look y'all, I'm not going to be able to stay friends with you. You know, we're going to have to part ways, you know. My parents didn't really make the decision for us kids. It was kind of our decision just to do so. So then, you know, with one of them, we did talk to our parents about him and everything like that. And just, I don't, you know, that's what my parents were saying too. They're like, you made a good decision. And, you know, the last thing I want is having a bad influence on my life. The Lord's done so much good. And to see it, somebody light a match to it and see it go poof. That wouldn't be cool. If you hear kind of like construction going on, it's the county. They just started up. They've been working on our little country roads, clearing the power lines. But anyway, that's kind of the farm tour. Up here, I love being up here. This is the highest point of the property because it's the pond dam and everything like that. As you can see, right here is my sawmill shed. There's the wood workshop, carpentry shop. See our tiny house, you can see the main house, the wood shed. What else can you see? That's the other, right there's the other little, that's rooster camp. If you look right here on the frame, right in that little crack, you can see our beehives back there. We have 2 beehives. I've been doing all the bee stuff. I love doing all the bee stuff. It's super cool. Those 2 beehives have doubled in size. Both of them have 8 frames of brood. I have to put a queen excluder and put a honey super on top or whatever that's called. I think it's a honey super on top. So then I can collect all of this beautiful nectar that's around me. Mainly it's all clover. I didn't cut our grass this year. Only the little spot in the front, so then it would look nice when people drive by or when we pull up, so it doesn't look like this place is abandoned. But the backyard, I don't cut that grass or anything, just because of all the flowers on it. I want as many flowers as possible for the bees. I bet y'all were when you clicked on this video, you were probably not in for such a real video. So anyway, hope that y'all liked today's video. Hopefully y'all got inspired, encouraged somehow. Hopefully, Lord willing. I know some of y'all out there already have your own little piece of dirt. I'm glad that you took your time and watched this video. And if you're those people that watch all the way to the end, I deeply thank y'all. I deeply thank y'all. And comment down below if you watched all the way to the end of the video. Some people, I lose them at the first minute, you know. I'm not I'm not slick enough to keep them all the way, you know, or whatever. This is the channel. This is our channel. This is me and my brother's channel. I try to keep it real. This is real, y'all. I try not to put on some fake facade on the outside. This is it. Real life here on the farm. I hope that y'all will have a very blessed rest of your day. I know I am. This is gorgeous outside. I'm gonna go edit this video. I'm gonna get another cup of coffee, and we will catch y'all on the next video. Bye-bye.